Do you really need meat for protein? Have you ever been told that you need meat in order to get enough protein? Maybe you've heard that your whole entire life. Maybe you've even looked in the plant-based plate and said, "Oh, okay, but where's the beef?" That is one of the biggest myths that holds people back from eating healthier. And today we're going to talk about it because the truth is you do not need to eat meat with every meal. You do not need to be afraid of going plant-based eating, and you certainly do not have to figure it all out overnight. Today, I'm going to show you where plant-based protein comes from, why fiber is so important, and how to build simple meals that are filling, nourishing, and beginner-friendly. So let's talk about it. The first thing I want to say is that protein is important. We do need protein, but meat is not your only source that's available in protein. That's where so many people just get stuck. They think that if there is no chicken, beef, pork, or fish on the plate, then the meal is actually missing something. But every meal does not have to include meat. There are many plant-based foods that provide protein. Beans have protein, lentils have protein, chickpeas and tofu have protein, along with tempeh, edamame, quinoa, nuts and seeds also have protein. Soy milk has protein. Even whole grains and vegetables have some protein to the plate. So when people ask, where do you get your protein from? My answer is from a variety of plant-based foods. And once you understand that plant-based eating becomes a lot less scary. Now, let's just go ahead and bust that myth. You need meat to get protein. The truth is, you can get protein from many different plant-based foods, and when you eat a variety of plant-based foods, you build meals that are full, that are satisfying, and basically a black bean burrito has protein, a tempeh bowl has protein, and the key to learning is what to put on your plate. Now, not just removing meat, but wondering what to eat, but replacing it with food that actually fills you up and tastes good. Foods that you like. Now, let me give you an example. Think about a gorilla. A gorilla does not sit around eating steak and chicken breast all day. Gorillas mostly eat leaves, stems, fruits, shoots, and other plants, foods. And yet gorillas are strong animals. Now, I'm not saying humans should eat exactly like gorillas. We have different bodies and different needs. But it does remind us of something that's very important, and that is plants are not weak food. Plants can be powerful, they are nourishing, they can support strong bones. Now, let me show you what I mean. A simple bowl of lentil soup can give you a plant-based protein that has fiber, iron, minerals, and comfort all in one bowl. And here's something important. Steak is high in protein. I'm not going to pretend that it is not. But here is the difference. Lentils, beans, chickpeas, they give you protein plus fiber. Meat gives you the protein, but it does not give you the fiber. And that fiber is a big deal. Fiber helps us with fullness, it supports digestion and health, and fiber can also support healthy cholesterol levels. So if you know someone who's dealing with high cholesterol and are open to making changes, encourage them to just add more beans and lentils to their meals, and that's not as a punishment, not as something boring, but as a simple upgrade. Add lentils to your soup. You can add them to your black beans, tacos, chickpeas to your salad, and hummus in your wraps. Add tofu and tempeh in a stir fry. Sometimes the smallest swaps can make a big difference over time. When my late husband and I started eating more plant-based protein was one of our biggest concerns too. We had heard the same thing that most people hear. You need to eat meat to be strong. You need to eat meat to be full. You need to eat meat to get enough protein. But once we started learning more, we realized that protein was not hiding in just one place. Protein comes from many different foods. Beans have proteins, lentils have proteins, tofu has proteins, tempeh has protein, whole grains add protein, vegetables, some of them have proteins as well. So what really changed things for us was learning how to build meals. Because if you just take meat off the plate and do not replace it with something that's filling, you are going to feel like something is missing. But when you build the meal the right place, you feel satisfied. So here is a simple way to build a plant-based plate. Start with the protein, then add your veggies, then add a healthy starch or grain. Then you're going to add some flavor because that's it. Proteins, vegetables, starch, and grains and flavor. For example, you can make black bean tacos with black beans, corn tortillas, salsa, avocado, and cabbage. That is how you stop feeling like plant-based eating is just a plate of lettuce, because I'm here to tell you it is not. Plant-based meals can be warm, they can be hearty, flavorful, and filling. They can give you the protein your body needs. Now, here is something I really want you to think about. People always ask, where do you get your protein from? But many people, the better question is, am I getting enough fiber? Because most of us are not walking around with a protein problem. A lot of people are walking around with a fiber problem. And that is where plant-based foods are powerful. Plants can give you protein and fiber at the same time. Lentils have protein and fiber. Quinoa has protein and fiber. So going plant-based can provide the protein you need and the fiber, the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, and heart healthy nutrients. Plants do not just bring protein to the plate. They're going to bring color, nutrients, fiber, life. Now, if you are new to plant-based eating and you are nervous about protein, I want you to hear me clearly. You do not have to figure out everything in one day. Start with one simple meal. Try the lentil soup for lunch, the chickpea salad for dinner, or the tofu scramble for breakfast. Try the tempeh, the red lentils. Lentils come in so many colors. There's the red, the brown, the green, and also you can have lentil flatbread. Try a hummus and a veggie wrap. You don't have to become perfect overnight. You just have to start building better plates. Here's a simple formula to remember. Protein plus fiber plus flavor equals a plant-based meal you actually will eat. Protein keeps you satisfied. Fiber supports digestion, and we need that fiber helps with constipation issues as well. Flavor makes you want to eat it again and again because let's be honest, if your plant-based food is boring, you are not going to stick with it. So season your food, add the sauce, the spices, use garlic and onions with herbs, lemon juice, smoked paprika, and your favorite seasoning. Make it taste good. You are not just taking meat away, you're learning what to put in its place. Instead of ground beef, try the lentils, black beans, tempeh, crumbles, textured vegetable protein, that TVP they call it, or a walnut mushroom crumble. Instead of chicken in a bowl, you can try the tofu, tempeh, chickpeas, soy curls, or adami. Instead of deli meat, you can try chickpea salad, hummus and vegetables, marinated tofu slices, tempeh bacon, or a lentil walnut spread. Again, you are not just removing something, you are replacing it with something that nourishes your body. So here's the main takeaway. The question is not always, where do you get your protein? The question is, am I eating a balanced plate? Because when you eat beans, lentils, tempeh, whole grains, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, you are not getting protein. You are getting fiber, nutrients. You're getting foods that support your body in a powerful way. Again, you do not need meat at every meal to be healthy. You need a plan, variety, and meals that actually going to taste good. So if the protein has been holding you back, I hope this video has helped you breathe a little easier. You can start small, one plant-based meal a week. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Learn, try, keep going, and give yourself some grace along the way. If you want to see exactly how I structure simple protein-packed plant-based meals, check out my Plant-Based Meal for Beginners playlist right here on my channel. And make sure that you subscribe to Love Digital Life Plant-Based Edition because I help beginners go plant-based without stress, confusion, or overwhelm. And that's anybody that's over the age of 40. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.